Hello and welcome to another episode of What Travis Says. My name is Travis and let's talk about something completely different. One of my most popular series here on YouTube. And no, funny enough, it has nothing to do with Doctor Who. If you've been a viewer on my channel for a good number of years, you might remember a series that I did with the Elf on the Shelf many Christmases ago. Back in the end of November of 2015, I decided, rather last minute, that I wanted to make a bit of a scary movie series sort of thing involving the Elf on the Shelf. So from December 1st to Christmas, December 25th of 2015, I posted a little snippet every single day documenting my battle with this elf. And it was silly, stupid, and cliche. With no shame, I borrowed heavily from popular horror franchises. The Evil Dead, Chucky, Nightmare on Elm Street, different sort of horror genres all thrown into this, involving an elf on the shelf. Kudos to you if you recognize the Nightmare on Elm Street reference. In this series, I get this elf on the shelf in a box that I didn't order. I open it up, there is a Necronomicon type book, and I read from it. You're never supposed to read from the book, but I read from the book. All of a sudden, the elf came to life and started terrorizing me, kinda. And then I thought, okay, well, this is just an elf, it's just a doll. And then I went about my day, and then it would terrorize me. And then I would just think, oh, this is just an elf, I'll just go about my day. And then it would terrorize me, and then it would move, and then I would think that I was going crazy, and then I actually was going crazy, and it's this whole big thing. This little tiny 25-part series that I posted in 2015. And it did pretty well. Some of the parts of the 2015 version got like 14,000, 15,000 views, while other parts got 8,000 or 9,000, and it was always kind of strange to see a spike on an unrelated middle part of the series. Like, how are people being recommended part 8 and not watching the first 7 parts? Aren't they confused? But then if you watch the whole thing all together, you'd probably still be confused. And the plan was, in 2016, I was going to make a sequel of sorts, and I had an idea of what I wanted to do. It was going to be way more involved, because in the 2015 version, you can see that some days I had more time to film than others. Some days I had someone there to help hold the camera. The other days I just had it on a tripod, and it's very noticeable which days those were. And by October of 2016, I realized that a sequel probably wasn't going to happen in the same way that the 2015 version happened. So instead of making a sequel, I chopped all of the 25 parts together, I cut off their endings, I refreshed and refocused and color corrected all of the video parts. I threw it together as one little movie, and in 2016, I posted that little movie. So I posted all the parts together as a movie in 2016, and it did well enough. Until 2017, wow, it blew up. Now, don't go look at the view count now, because this story is not over, but it blew up in 2017. It became one of my most viewed videos. I think second only to Zombies and Their Eating Brains, that music video that I did a long time ago. Again, I don't know what I was doing. But this time around in 2017, I'm seeing some of the comments, and it's seeming to be younger children finding this Elf on the Shelf video, probably not exactly knowing what it is until they're watching it, and they're watching a guy go crazy thinking that his elf is alive. I didn't know how to feel. I would get comments like, oh, my elf's name is Timmy, or in my school we have an elf on the shelf and you can't touch the elf on the shelf. And I would get a lot of comments about people yelling at me for touching the elf on the shelf in my video, because if you touch an elf on the shelf, it loses its magic. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm all about following the rules of the elf on the shelf, but this elf in particular, this evil little demonic elf, I would not be bothered if that elf lost its magic, because it's kind of terrifying. Which brings me to 2018. And oh my goodness, if I thought that video blew up in 2017, I had no idea what the definition of blown up is. Because this last year, from October to end of December, Oh my goodness, I got the highest views on this video that I have ever seen on my channel ever. So why am I telling you all of this now? Well, partially it sort of has to do with me taking a break from YouTube in the January-February months of last year and the January-February months of this year, because once January hit, I had a little extra money to be able to, reconfigure some stuff in my life, help organize things, decorate stuff, just have some time to take off of work and enjoy myself, and it was rather enjoyable, all because of that Elf on the Shelf video, that stupid Elf on the Shelf video. But the other reason that I'm talking about this today is because we recently talked about the Momo Challenge, parents not really paying much attention to what their kids are watching, and I feel like there's a part of me that feels a little guilty that this Elf on the Shelf video is thrown into the YouTube mix, and it might be suggested to other people watching other Elf on the Shelf type videos. Now, I know that the YouTube algorithm is smarter than that. They can see the tags and not want to recommend that video along with, normal type Elf on the Shelf videos. But, like I said, there's sort of a part of me that thinks that, maybe somebody's seeing this as a related video, clicking on it, and thinking that it's something that it definitely is not, even though I tried to make the thumbnail as creepy as possible. I do think it's kind of funny though. Because my inspiration for the video is that I had a friend that is terrified of the Elf on the Shelf. For whatever reason. If it's just the plastered smile, if it's just the lanky arms, if it's because it's supposed to sneak around at night and not be touched during the day, so if it's on a shelf, it's gonna be staring at you like this all day. Just like that. And I thought, it would be funny? An actually demonic Elf on the Shelf brought back with a Necronomicon and then terrorizing me into thinking that I am entirely crazy, and then realizing that I'm not crazy, but then I actually am crazy. If you watch the end of the video, it's a little more nuanced than a lot of people are giving it credit for. There are people, and I'm assuming they're younger people, watching this video and not entirely understanding the ending or the message, and they're just assuming that I messed up. But I didn't mess up. This was all very intentional. So if you've never seen my Elf on the Shelf video, or it's been a long time and you want a refresher on how corny and dumb it is, I'm going to link it down below. I'm also going to have it at the end screen. So go ahead and click it and give it a watch and let me know what you think of it and how lame it is. And should I make a sequel? Maybe I should make a sequel now. But as always, my name is Travis. Thank you for listening to what I have to say, and you will see me tomorrow.